Hey, it's Henry from Exceptional Marketer. And today I want to talk to you about the right way to get influencer traffic. Now, influencer traffic, again, is one of the different highlights of the Mass Traffic Blueprint course, which you can get at absolutely no cost. And I'll show you all about that shortly. Toward the end of the video, if you stay tuned, you'll hear about how you can actually get it for free. And this is a product that originally sold for $1,497, and it sold out at that price, and you can get it for free. So let's talk about the right way to get influencer traffic. So first of all, what exactly is influencer traffic? Who are influencers? Well, you've got all these different social media platforms. You've got Facebook, you've got Twitter, you've got YouTube, you've got Instagram, you've got TikTok. And on all these different platforms, you've got individuals who have large followings. Those people are influencers. They're influencers because they've been able to get people to actually agree to follow them. Meaning these people like what they're talking about, maybe developed some trust in them, they've developed some authority, and these folks want to hear more about what they've got to say. Now, there is an opportunity here for a marketer. Many of these influencers are not marketers. They basically are putting things on these different social platforms because they have a particular passion for that particular topic, but they're really not marketers. So the idea is to approach these people and ask them to use their audiences to promote your products. And that's really what influencer traffic is all about. So, what exactly are the advantages of using influencer traffic? Well, first of all, it's extremely fast. You can get an influencer to place your product in front of their people, and you can get immediate results. That means you can get results as fast as 24 hours or less, depending on how quickly the influencer can put your information in front of his audience. You're using other people's audiences, which means that there's already been a trust factor developed between the influencer and his audience. You don't have to worry about developing any kind of trust. The people don't even have to know who you are. Basically, you're putting your product in front of somebody else's people. So you do not have to develop any trust with those people whatsoever. In addition, influencer traffic is easily scalable. If you find an influencer who gives you a good return on your value, on your dollar, you can easily scale that by spending more money with that influencer or by finding similar influencers who have very similar audiences. But once you find a winner, you can really scale this very, very quickly. And the beauty is that you don't need a whole bunch of influencers. If you can find a handful of influencers whose audiences resonate with your products, you can build a lifetime income just with a handful of people. But the object here is that you have to really sift through them. You're sort of mining for gold. And a gold miner has to go through a ton of dirt before he finds a golden nugget. And that's the same thing here. But once you find one of these people, you treat them like gold because they really are worth their weight in gold. Influencer traffic is highly targeted. You know exactly who this influencer's market is. You don't have to guess. You can know right away exactly how targeted they are to your particular offer. For example, if you're selling snow tires, you're not going to make an offer to some influencer whose audience is teenage girls because they're not buying your snow tires. So, but once you know who the audience is, it's extremely easy to target and to give them the type of offers that they're going to resonate with and hopefully buy. And finally, it doesn't require any understanding on your part of a calculated algorithm. If you want to go ahead and market on Facebook, you have to have an idea of what Facebook's algorithm is. If you want to do a blog, you have to know what the algorithm is for Google so that your blog can get ranked. Here, you don't have to fool with any of that stuff because the market is sitting right there. It's the audience of that influencer, so it's extremely easy to get to that audience and basically have your stuff go right in front of them without any ranking information necessary whatsoever. Now, what are some of the rules for traffic generation? And actually, these rules apply regardless of the traffic that you're trying to generate, the platform, your traffic source. It really is always the same. And this is something which is really emphasized in the mass traffic blueprint because it is that important. First of all, do not go for cheap traffic. We have a tendency to find the absolute cheapest traffic we can find. You're not looking for cheap traffic. What you're looking for is highly targeted traffic, because highly targeted traffic is the traffic that's most likely to have an interest in your offer. You don't want to build a list of people who have no interest in what you're selling, or they're only looking for something that's free. They're never going to reach for their credit card and buy anything. You do not want those people. And that's the type of audience you may get with cheap traffic. You want to go for excellent traffic, because excellent traffic will return much, much more than its cost. Number two is you never want to waste a visitor. This is extremely important. If you're buying traffic, and let's say you get 1,000 visitors to a website, and you've got a very good offer or a very good landing page, and maybe 30% of those people opt in. You've got 300 people now on your list, but you've lost 700 people. Those 700 people out of the 1,000 that didn't opt in are now gone forever. They saw your offer, they saw your landing page for whatever reason. Either they really weren't interested, they didn't have time to look at it, they got distracted, whatever it is, they're gone forever. Well, you don't want to waste the visitor. And one of the ways, or the best way not to ever waste the visitor, is through retargeting. And retargeting is something that you will learn about in the mass traffic blueprint. But retargeting can increase your income by many, many multiples. And retargeting traffic is much cheaper than the original traffic cost that you had to incur when you first ran your traffic. You want to focus on the prospect, not the sale. Too often, what you try to do as a marketer is buy my product, buy my product, buy my product. That's not what you want to focus on. What you want to focus on is the prospect. You want that prospect to feel a certain level of comfort with you, a certain level of trust with you, and to believe that you have the authority that they're looking for, because that prospect can be worth many, many dollars to you, more than a single sale. Because if you have numerous products, which you should have in your funnel, and you have a value ladder where you offer increasingly expensive or more costly products, that first customer, that prospect, can be worth a lot of money to you. So don't just push for the sale, push for the prospect. And then sell the result, not the product. Again, too many people push the product. Buy this product. It's the most wonderful product in the world. Let's think about this, the old adage. When somebody buys a drill, is it a drill they really want? They woke up that morning and saying, man, I got to get myself a new drill. No, what they really want is a hole. They want a hole that they can hang a picture on. They want a hole that they can put a screw through. They want a hole. So that's what they're looking for. So you want to sell the result. So if you're, say, in the make money online niche, what are your prospects looking for? Well, they're looking for ways to make money. They're not looking for your specific product. So what you want to do is focus on the result. This particular, if you want to get to here, you can do such and such and you can get this result. By the way, if you'd like a product that can help you achieve that result easier or faster, here's a product I have to offer for you. So what you want to sell is the result, not the product. And then finally, build your tribe. This cannot be overemphasized. You want to build a tribe of people that trust you, that like you, that believe you have authority, that believe you have a certain amount of expertise in your niche. And the reason for that is, once they believe in you, once they trust you, they will always buy from you. They will follow your recommendations. So you need to build a tribe. This all goes to the same thing as focus on your prospect and selling a result. Don't become a product-centric affiliate marketer. You want to become a tribe-centric or a brand-centric affiliate marketer where you are the brand. Okay, next, you want to build a relationship with your influencers. Once you find a good influencer, you need to build a relationship with that influencers. You need to treat them with respect. You need to treat them politely. You don't want to be always working to chisel down the price to get the cheapest, because eventually they may get tired of dealing with you. And remember, if you find the right influencer, that influencer can set you up for life, because that influencer can be the example of the type of influencers you want to look for. The same audience, the same type of trust, the same type of people. You do not need a lot of them, and they don't have to have huge audiences. You do not need to focus on influencers have audiences of 1 million people. You can make an excellent living with an influencer who has has an audience of 10,000 people or even 5,000 people if they like him and they trust him. So build a relationship with your influencers, because they could be worth many, many thousands of dollars to you in the long run. And now tracking is crucial. You must track your influencers, because influencers, there's all sorts of variables. Some of them have larger followings than others. Some of them charge more money than others. And you can't just be looking at the number of people that follow them or the cost. You need to be tracking. You need to be tracking your visitors by influencer. That's called CPV, cost per visitor. And you need to track your leads. The leads are really crucial at this point. They're more important than the visitor, because the lead is the individual who actually opts into your page and has the potential to become a member of your tribe. And you need to track your leads to know what your cost per lead is. You may be able to find some influencer who has 100,000 followers, and he'll charge you $1,000, and maybe you'll get 100 solid leads there, right? So for 100 solid leads at $1,000, you're paying $10 a lead. Somebody else may have an audience of 5,000 followers, and they may charge you $10. And out of that, you may get the same 100 leads. Which one is better? Which one is cheaper? So you need to know that. You need to track all these things so you know which influencers are giving you the biggest bang for your buck. Those are the ones you want to stick with. Now, you need to have the right message to your market match. What that means, very simple, is that you need to find the right influencer with the right audience that is going to be the most receptive to the product you're promoting or the niche you're promoting. And again, as an extreme example, you do not want to sell snow tires to teenage girls. If your market is teenage girls, your match probably has to be something like makeup or maybe music, the type of things that teenage girls are most interested in. So you need to make sure that the influencer you're dealing with has exactly that market that will best match your product. This is crucial. Otherwise, you're going to be wasting a lot of money. Now, what is the influencer's engagement ratio? This is probably the most critical thing you want to see with an influencer. An influencer may have 10,000 followers, and if he has a post, he may get 1,500 people to look at his post. Well, that's a 15% engagement ratio. That's extremely high. That means that his audience is really interested in what he's talking about, in what he's promoting, and what his passion is. That is somebody you probably want to go after. Somebody who has a very low ratio, somebody, again, who has 15,000 followers, and when he makes a post, 100 people open it. He's got a horrible engagement ratio. So even though he has a lot of followers, don't be misled by the number of followers. What you want to look at is the engagement ratio. How many of those followers have an interest in exactly what he's offering? So let's take a look at some different networks, marketplaces where you can go to deal with influencers, to find influencers. Now, with these networks, you have to understand there's really two ways you can go about finding an influencer. One is you can search for them yourself. You can go into a place like Instagram, put in hashtags, and then just see what pops up in that niche and see which influencers have a good day, a following and a good solid engagement ratio. And then you can basically reach out yourself directly to that influencer and see if they want to collaborate with you and what they'll charge you if they do. And many of them will be open to an offer because remember, like I said, they're not really marketers or business people. They're basically just posting about what they're passionate about. Now, you can also go through a network. Now, a network will find the influencers for you, or they'll show you influencers in your niche. You're going to pay a little bit more when you go to a network because the network is doing a lot of the work for you. They're making your job easier, so you're going to pay a little bit more money. So here is a network. It's called influence.com. And you would be a brand. You'd be basically the one advertising. Or if you're an influencer, you want them to give you business, you can go on here and register as an influencer. Now, here's what they will do for you. And this is really very, very interesting. You would basically sign in for free and you would create some type of a campaign, whatever the campaign is. They say here you can set up a campaign in about 10 minutes. That's all it takes. And it's very convenient and they help you do it. Then you would receive proposals from influencers. They will find the influencers for you that match your campaign. So they're making it really easy for you in that respect. And you're going to get proposals from all these different influencers, and they will show you their creatives. Here are some creatives here. These are really very high quality creatives, probably a lot better than you may be able to do yourself, unless you have some type of graphic skills. But if you don't, you're going to get much better creatives than you could do yourself. And then basically pick the influencer, go live. Your campaign gets published by the approved influencers, the ones you've approved. Basically, you're going to track everything. Remember, tracking is crucial here. You'll review the influencers to see what the results were, and then decide to only buy the best content. You can deal with the best influencers. And again, if you find an influencer that really works for you, you can scale up tremendously with that influencer. And many of these networks, they permit you to go directly to the influencer if you want after you've dealt with them once. You can go directly to them. You don't have to pay for the middleman. You already know the quality of the influencer's traffic. And then you can repurpose the purchased influencer content. If you purchase any of the content that they made for you, you can repurpose it. You can go and get other influencers and other platforms. If you start on Instagram, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Facebook, you can go to Twitter, you can go to TikTok, you can go to bloggers, you can go so many different places with that content. So that's one way you can go. The other way you can go is you can take a look at a site like Influencer Cart. Now, what they've done is they will give you all kinds of influencers here in particular niches. So example, I've just arbitrarily, I've taken this luxury and motivation niche, and they're going to show you all these different influencers that are making an offer. For example, this influencer, Positive Mindset, has 15,000 followers, and he will charge you, his charges start at $10. That's 15,000 followers. Here's somebody with 72,000 followers, and he starts at $15, which sounds pretty reasonable. But remember, do not be led astray by the number of followers and the price. You need to check the engagement ratios. And I've done that for you here. Let's take a look real quick. Let's see what we got right here. Okay, here we have one. This is one of the ones that I just showed you. It's called Burrow Kings. He has 72,000 followers, and he's got 4,300 posts. Now, let's take a look. So at 72,000 followers, say 1% is 720, and 1% is not really that good of a ratio. He's got 400 here, 400 likes, 269, 400, 397, 462. These are not that great. He's basically, he's got some poor following. Now here, this is a video, and you can see here he's got 15,000 people who saw this video. Now that tells you something. If you want to deal with this guy, you may want to give him a video to post for you and see what will he charge to post a video for you as opposed to an image which doesn't do as well. And you want to keep going through here, see if he's got more videos and see what kind of results he may have on those other videos. Let's see if we can find one real fast. I don't see one, so I don't know that he has any more. Now, let's see if we can find somebody else. No, I guess that's it. Here we go. Motivation monks. Now, these people have 121,000 followers, 836 posts. So let's see what they've done. So he's got 1,500. That's a little bit better, but 1% here would be 1,200. So he's a little better than 1%. Again, not great, but it depends on what he's charging. 1,567 is 2,200, a little bit better. 3,700 was 3,800, a little bit better. 4,000, that's better. 3,500. So he seems to be doing better. Some of these older posts are doing a little bit better. 8,300, that's not a bad number. I'd like to see if, oh, here you go. Here's another, here's a video. 19,900, almost 20,000. Again, videos seem to be doing a lot better. So you may, here's 12,300 on the image, which isn't too bad. Again, this one is a maybe depending, but again, you may want to see, go through all his posts and check to see if you can find more videos and see how his videos did. If his videos did that much better than the posts, then you may want to be looking at just doing a video with him. But you can see some of these older posts have a little bit more activity on them. Now, he's charging, he is not charging all that much money for that. This is, who is this again? This is Burrow Kings. Okay, let's see what Burrow Kings is right here. He starts at $15. So if you can get 4,000 people to see something for 15 bucks, that's not too bad. So again, you want to take a look. You want to be certainly very careful with these, and you want to take your time. But again, just like a gold miner, you're going to be sifting through a lot of dirt. But if you find that golden nugget, you want to hold on to them because they literally are worth their weight in gold. So if you'd like to get the Mass Traffic Blueprint, which is a 5-module course all about traffic, the things that I've just shown you plus a lot more, you can click on the first link in the description below this video. And right now it is free. This thing originally cost $14.97 and sold out at that price. But you can get it now for free, but this is a limited time only. I have no idea how long it's going to be there for free. But if you'd like to get it, click on the first link in the video. I've also got links in the below the video in the description for tracking software. I recommend ClickMagick. If you'd like to take a look at ClickMagick, you can click on that link as well. In the meantime, click on the first link in the description below the video. Get your free copy of the Mass Traffic Blueprint. Go through it, and by all means, take action. Okay, until next time, best of luck. I'll see you in my next video.